wearing my clothes now. So, 3 questions from the audience. That can go down fast. 3 questions. Okay, 3 questions from the audience. First one? That one there.
Okay. Thank you for the time. Thank you for the opportunity. And my question goes like this. Very simple question, and it is, how long have you been a content creator on that platform? And is it the only platform that you're on, or you're also on other platforms?
I've met Hillarious creating content, and she also asked me if I have other platforms. One thing is, to be outstanding, don't only stick to one. If you ask like when TV is not having only one platform, you will also actually know him through one platform. Most people know me that I am a TikToker, but I have another bigger platform that is bigger than even TikTok that people don't know because they are focused only on TikTok. I have a bigger platform on Facebook, I have a bigger platform on YouTube, I have a bigger platform on Instagram, and they are all above 100,000 followers. Hey! So to be an outstanding creator, you don't have to have only one focus. Make sure at least, because you're a creator, make sure you create diversity. Don't only be on one platform. That is one thing that will make you actually very stronger and make people to make you have certain, even if TikTok will not pay me, I have another alternative on Facebook, I have YouTube, you have alternatives of, at least you will not fail to get something at the end of the month. It's good to have, don't stick only to TikTok. TikTok of course started my story, but I'm not only a TikToker, I have created all my platforms. So that is just one thing, you shouldn't only stick to one.
Pastor Blue, my first question is, what are some of the approaches to creating evergreen content with lasting values? Like an upcoming content creator can use, because I believe we need to create content that educate and that lasts also for long. So what are some of the approaches to that? Then my second question is, what are some of the key content pillars or themes that consistently attracts audience? Those are my 2 questions.
You made us that what are the key pillars that attract people to the content that will make you do that. If you do this content, people are going to watch your video more. People are going to. One thing I always advise creators is that, let me tell you, there is no content that will attract people more. What makes the content attractive is you yourself. Trust me, you can go and do a content that you feel like people are already exhausted with, but you will do it in a new way. You're going to change everything about it. And there is no content. Don't let them want if you do village content, you're going to get more. It is not that way. I've learned it in the longer run. It's not only about the kind of content. It's about you who is creating. How are you going to be so creative with your work? How are you going to, what are the measures you're going to put down to make sure that your video reaches the right audience? Then another question he asked is, talked of, what is the first question?
The approaches to creating evergreen content with lasting values.
Yeah, I think I talked about that earlier on. If you want to create something that will last forever, like not this content where you come and shine for 1 day or 2 days and you don't have content. I've seen other creators who will come and do certain kind of content, and after some time people no longer want to watch your videos because, first of all, it's based on something that is not informative. The most important thing is make your content so informative. Let people have something to learn, and this information should not be the same information. Make sure it keeps changing. If you're going to do culture, make sure that you're ready to teach people the different cultures. That's why you'll go extra miles I will go extra miles to move in different places. People always ask me, why do you keep moving? Why do you keep moving? But it's because I want to find out, I want to give my audience wider information. Not only know about Acholi, they want to know about the other cultures too. you know. So it's not only about the particular creative, you know, style. You know, it's just about, most things is just range about your passion, talent. It will fall there, because however much you'll have a very good idea of content, but if you start doing content that you cannot do it so well, you don't have passion in, you don't have any, you know, connection via doing it. However good the content is, it is still not going to work out. You need to do something that suits you. Yeah.
Yes, thanks the organizers of this function for having brought for us Simple. I'm one of your followers. Thank you for being a content creator. You talked of having very many accounts, different accounts. My question is, do you normally put same content on all the platforms or different at each time?
Good question. First of all, having very many accounts. Let me tell you, having very many accounts is not an easy thing. You'll ask even like when TV, like if you're managing more than one, even managing one account is hard. Then what about managing more than 2 accounts? Is the hardest thing. It's a full-time job that needs a lot of attention. First of all, she asked, do I put the same videos? First of all, if you go to my YouTube, you're going to find different kind of videos, because my YouTube has both short and long videos, and those long videos don't go on my TikTok. So it depends on the kind of account. TikTok, of course, is my main supply for videos in all those accounts, because there are shorter forms of videos in every other platform. So for example, if you want to start to grow now many accounts right now, you have TikTok, you have Facebook, and you have YouTube. Don't forget to professionalize your account. I've seen most creators who are on Facebook, but their account is not professional mode, and really pains me a lot. If you have a Facebook account, yet Facebook is not monetized of recent. If you don't know, they have monetized Facebook in Uganda and started paying like some few months back. So you can also manipulate that information the way you want it. Because I've seen many people on Facebook here in northern Uganda, but they're simply just doing other business, but they're not making actually money out of it. And if you want to learn more, I can teach you, maybe that later, not in this session. But you can use one chain. You can make your video in your phone, and you supply them in all the. Not to stress you, you can use one video. As a new creator, I wouldn't want to stress you so much with putting new content here and there. You can use that video and supply that same video, supplied to all your platforms. All of it. If you have Facebook, TikTok, just put it there. After you've made your video, make sure when you're sharing your videos, maybe it is from TikTok, make sure it has no watermark for TikTok. It should be a plain video if you want it to work out. I've seen other people make mistakes of removing a video from TikTok. It has a watermark of this, of that, even if it's my own watermark of Simple Gladys. Then you pick and start sharing it everywhere. Your work will not look professional. It's going to look like you're having a fake work, you know. Make sure you share raw content on every other platform. It should be a raw content to all your platforms. I hope you have answered your question. Okay.
Thank you so much, Simple. Thank you, Jennifer, also for asking. My question is something that I think we struggle with a lot. That if you're still there and you're a nobody, you want to be a somebody. And now once you become a somebody, then you realize this becomes a lot of work. I'm just saying this because I happened to, during the opportunities here, you had my phone number on the content that you were creating to get people to register. And I had like 1,000 messages from whichever country they're trying to get in touch with you. Like we talk about this, right? And then the question is, from these people who will reach out to you, there will be people who would be actually genuine, and then people who just want like, okay, I want to get access to Simple because of their so-called reasons. How do you see people who could actually be potential collaborators, people who can actually push you to where you want to be? Because among these a million people, there are some who just want to feel like, do we have kids in here? We don't? Who would be like, what would you even, okay, it's supposed to be a job, but it's not a job. I would like, what would you feel like if I would have like a knife symbol, for example? And then one would feel like, if I can like ask this girl is so good, and I can actually invest in her. And then also the have this tendency of you can't reply to everyone. So how do you see people that would be good and people who might actually be bad? So
female creators. The female creators actually, the reason why you see a female creator will come, she will shine, then or the next thing is she's only like she's no longer creating content. First of all, you have to, as a woman, first have your own values. That is the most important thing. If you don't, because when you start creating content and your content starts moving, you will see those people that they will come and you'll be like. So you have to have your own. First of all, now the question you ask, truth is when you start creating content and your content is moving, people are going to reach out to you. Trust me, if I open my TikTok right now, my TikTok DMs, I have thousands of it, people inbox. Hey. But how do you now see? How do you know that this person has come with this intention? You know, first of all, as a creator, I would advise you to create an email strictly for only replying your fans. Strictly, not even, should not be connected to any of your accounts that maybe you use it for making your YouTube and what. It should be an independent email. Sorry. So you have to make sure you have an independent email. That email is strictly for business. That is for the women. For the men, they can put their contacts because men, they know how to handle this. But very few of these hooligans, they fear to reach out to emails. Only mostly is people who have real business that will link up with you on emails. And when the messages come, make sure that if the person is not clear with the information, don't even reply. If someone is really genuine, they will come, this is how they even send you the message. Hello, Gladys. Good evening, or good afternoon, or how are you? Then they will go ahead. In that same message, the first message should actually tell, they will introduce everything. I am Okot from this Kwajongao, and I've seen your content, I've loved your content. I would need some help from you. Then, because he has already introduced himself and he has tried to list down something that he wants to do, he can't write it down because he still needs some consent from you. You can reply there. You don't give your personal information or contact. You reply on your email telling him, tell me more about this project, and thank you for reaching out. Tell me more about your project. You discuss it there. Actually, if someone who has come for another mission, they will not even want all those kind of conversations. Because before you give someone your personal contact, and also make sure you have a number that is for those kind of contact. Like if someone calls you that number, you know this is someone from this line, and you know that they have called from this platform, or they want. So you will pick them up, and you will know. It will be from the beginning of the message of what they're telling. You will know that this person is talking about this. But most of the time, email is very important. When they contact you in email, they will tell you what they want. If they come and some will just say, I want to marry you, I want to do that. You don't even reply. You just leave them like that. From seeing it from afar.
What if you are single and you are like, no?
You can be single, but I think if someone really wants to marry you, they will not use that approach.
Oh yeah.
They will not use that approach. If they really want you, like they really want you, you cannot come and marry someone before them knowing you.
Yes.
It means that there is some, you don't know them. They can know you maybe on the content, but you don't have any idea about them. So how will you accept to marry someone you don't know about? Yeah, so I think these are the few basics, mostly for the female. The men, they know how they go. They can put their number, they can do. But for the female, you have to be very strict.
You can have to respond for asking, man, what do we do?
Thank you, Simpo. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you so much. We need to give Simpo a big hand clap. This is the last of the script. If there was any video we would play from your content, which one would you suggest we play? We'll play it when you're gone. From that main colleague, which piece have you made and you say, wow, this piece was really fun. Or we play it now and then you talk about it.
Yes.
Okay. Gideon, I need some help on the computer here. So we play one piece. Now,
Let me first comment about
yes, what's coming about this?
So this video actually was one of my first videos to trend. That's why I put it up there, like to go to move. And the reason why it moved is you might see the video looks very simple, but let me tell you why this video moved. This video moved because people had not seen someone look like this to create video, you know, because most of the time people before creating content they want to first do makeup, they want to make sure they're very organized. Then they see a woman just come in front of her camera as natural as she is, as authentic as she is, she's creating content. And this is how we live when we are home in the village. So that is why this video has a lot of content, a lot of views. It's because of the authenticity of the video.
Nice. All right. So I have another question about it. So someone put dress properly and repeat this girl. But that person who wrote that has 61 replies. People replies. I don't know. I want to see whether some abuse her back or I just give you. Click here on the 61 replies and I see what the replies are. This is the beauty of this. So you don't have to answer them. Not everyone who abuses you. Oh yes. She got a mass reply, but that it is not about the dress. It's about the heart of appreciation. I feel she deserves the help. Then another one said, give her clothes now. So, can you see, in all that, engagement. And remember what he's talking about TikTok. TikTok is going to follow the engagement. TikTok is not going to go in and say, what did they say? Give her clothes. No, you just say this video has a lot of engagement, and then they will push it up there. When it comes to monetization, you're speaking the language, right? Okay, one more video, and we have other things to do. Yes. Okay. Which one? You know the video? Which one? They say the one.
With the dome. They're saying the one with the dome.
With the dome. Oh, with the dome. Do you know the one with the dome? It's down. Go down. Okay. Is it still down? So who is the dome? Hey, okay. Hey, where? So you even know it, but you want to see it today. Okay, so is it down? Is this down? Is this down? Okay. Okay, there is another one. One more? No? Okay, this is the beauty of this. Two things I picked out. If you watch a content and you like it, I will remember what we say. At least press a like.